Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and if you are new, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So today's video is going to be a little chatty, and if you want to skip over to the part where I actually start doing the makeup, I will put the link below. But I have some things that I want to talk about, that I want to share with you guys, and today is the day to do it. So first of all, I want to give you a background as to why I decided to start my channel and why does it have a cheesy name called Jazz It Up With Me. First of all, my name is Jasmine, and everyone calls me Jazz, Jazzy, and you know, different versions of that. And I wanted to incorporate my name in the channel, of course. And since I am doing beauty related videos, I thought it would be best to, you know, incorporate the two. And I was struggling, and I just came up with Jazz It Up With Me, and I thought it was, as cheesy as it sounds, I thought it was okay. I can live with that. I have been into, I would say, skincare more than makeup for the past good 10-15 years. Part of it was because it was a necessity. I struggled through acne, deep scars. You can still see scars on my face from all the teenage acne that I have. There's discoloration on both sides of my face. US 20 years ago, and 10 years ago I really started you know, getting serious about skincare. I was introduced through a mutual friend to an esthetician, and she really helped me out tremendously. I started on microdermabrasion. It has transformed my skin tremendously. Along the way, there were things I learned, what kind of products to use on the face, daily skin routine, nighttime skin routine, and how this has an impact on your skin and the kind of food you eat and how much water intake you have. So there was all of this knowledge that I gathered, and I noticed that my friends and people my age who came to the US just like me, they didn't have a lot of background in what kind of skincare and stuff and routines they are supposed to follow. Back home, I never used a sunscreen, I never used a moisturizer, I never put anything on my face. I felt there was a need to share this knowledge, and I thought these were things that could be useful to other people. Every time I went to a department store to get color matched, or you know, have like your face done for the fun of it, I ended up looking like a clown. The foundation they used was pink. It had pink undertones, or I would say I want very sheer makeup. I wanted to look as natural as possible, and they would pile on the product. They would leave streaks on my face. I'm sorry to say, but I just did not enjoy working with any of the people on the counter, at the counters, at any of the department stores. One day, Iman's video popped up on my screen, and I was like, who is Iman? I have no idea who she is. So I saw her video and I really liked it. Like, she was really good at explaining and breaking things down. And it piqued my interest again. I said, okay, let me just get into makeup again. Let's see, because I liked playing with eyeshadows and stuff like that. So, you know, I followed her tutorial end to end, and I was able to get close to creating the look she did. But what I also noticed in the process is the colors that she uses on her face and her eyes, they just look gorgeous and they pop so well. And on my skin, it looked muddy, and I didn't understand, like I didn't put two and two together. I didn't understand, like, what is going on? Why are these colors not showing up on my skin? It was very disappointing. Now, since then, I've watched hundreds and hundreds of videos over a course of maybe 5-6 years. And I finally got to a place where I can make things work for me. Followed all of the popular stars from Manny, Jeffrey, Nikki, Daisy, Katie, just name it. I have been watching all of their videos. The one thing that I do notice is that their skin tone was not like mine, so things would show up so gorgeously on their faces, but it wouldn't look the same on me. I realized there was a big gap in the industry. I did find Deepika, by the way, and I love following her, and I love what she's doing for the community and how she's putting people on the map. You know, she's doing amazing things. But let me tell you, a lot of the influencers that I followed, they're either in their teenage years, like they're just turning 20, or somewhere in their 20s or their early 30s. None of them are middle-aged women. They can pile on the makeup, they can put layers and layers of concealer and foundation, and it doesn't work for people like me. And there are tons of Indians and brown skin girls just like me, my age group, who moved here to the US and who want to know more about makeup but are afraid and have the spending capacity but don't know what to do and where to start. And there isn't a channel that is catering to these people. Well, I don't see middle-aged YouTubers. Well, companies don't care about middle-aged women. For that matter, we all know that ageism is rampant everywhere, and that's where I came in. And I thought I can share the knowledge that I have, and I don't have perfect skin. I don't have perfect skin days. I struggle with my skin. I have adult acne even today. I have discoloration. I have ice pick scars, and I have big cystic acne. I've figured out how to make products work for me. This is not a full-time gig for me. I have a day job, and I struggle to film videos because I have a very busy life. And you can see my cat is in the video. I can't help it. I share my space with two beautiful cats. And life is busy, and in the weekends, I work in the weekends sometimes. So I try my best to film as much as possible, as humanly possible. I would love to put something out every week, but sometimes it's just overwhelming to manage work as well as come home and then set up everything for a video. I have 45 subscribers. You know, it's not like I'm a runway hit here. This is a marathon, and it's not a 26-mile marathon. This is going to take years and years and years to get, you know, a good bunch of people to follow you, unless one of my videos really goes viral. So I'm not here for the money or anything else. I'm doing this because I love sharing information with people. I love, obviously, you know, doing my makeup and the whole process and how it transforms your face at the end of it all. And I love playing with products. I like to think that my videos are informative and are useful to the people out there. Everything I buy is with my own money. No one is sponsoring me. None of that is happening. And even if I never get a penny from doing this channel, it really doesn't matter. I know it sounds weird, but I really don't care if I get paid or not. This is completely something I do in my spare time. You can think of it as a hobby, as something fun. For me, this is my creative outlet. This is how my creative juices flow, is putting a look together and painting my face. And what I actually love to do is also do makeup on other people. So my friends are my best guinea pigs, but not a lot of them live around me, so I don't get to play around with that a whole lot. At the end of the day, I hope I can help a few people, and that's good enough for me. Now, moving forward, I want to do a new series, and the name of the series is 7 looks for 7 days. The looks can range from something that's really simple, easy to put together, to something that is super glamorous and maybe a little more complex. I know you have been very patient, so now let's get into the actual video. I'm going to start off by using a primer. So this is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Just going to take a little bit on my fingers, and I'm going to apply it to the areas where I tend to have a lot of pores, which is typically the center of my face. These are the areas that tend to have large pores. Now that I have my skin primed, I'm going to move on to the foundation. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to just apply this all over my face. It has an interesting smell. It's not off-putting, but it's just, you know, there's some ingredient that smells familiar, but can't quite put my finger on it. All right, so now I wouldn't suggest using a beauty blender for this product because the beauty blender is going to pick up a lot of the product. It's going to soak it in, and this is already a really light coverage foundation. So instead, I would use a brush. I'm going to use my Real Techniques sculpting brush. This is going to be perfect. And don't press too much into your skin. Just lightly buff the foundation. I'm using my usual, the Nars Radiant Concealer in the color Biscuit. So I'm just going to add some concealer on both sides. I'm just going to use this to buff the concealer. I'm going to define my eyebrows off camera. You've seen me do this a million times, and I'm going to be right back. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm just going to set my under eyes because I don't want it to crease. Let's do some contouring. The Nude Stick also comes in deep colors, and this is the perfect thing to use for contouring as well. This is Deep 9. And I'm going to use it to add some dimension to my face. This is the e.l.f. contouring brush, and I'm going to start blending everything in. For the eyes, I'm using another new product. It's been around for a while, but I have never used it. It's the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas, and I'm going to pick up this color. And you know, I've only heard good things about this palette, and I'm going to put this in my crease and just, there is some fallout, which most eyeshadows do have that, and I'm going to do this a couple of times because I want to build a color. You can't just put color once and expect it to look perfect. You have to build the color so it shows up on your crease. So I'm going to go back and forth a few times. I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to go with this color. I'm just gonna go back and forth like this. I'm going to be using this last color right here. Just pick that up a little bit. And I want to be a little more precise with this one. I'm not going to go with all the way. I'm just going to do a small V around here and build that depth. See this color right here? I want to pat this on my eyelid. So I'm just taking this Morphe M124 brush, pick up as much as possible. I do tap off the excess and just pat it on the center of my eye. So I'm going to tight line right here. I'm going to just do a quick liner. You can use the brush that comes with the Dose of Colors eyeshadows, and I'm just going to smudge this in. This is the Tom Ford Sheer Cheek Duo, and you've seen me use this before. This is what it looks like. I'm going to use the brush that came with the Dose of Colors, and I'm going to pick up this highlighter right here. And this is a very subtle highlighter, so it's not going to be too crazy. Just tap off the excess and just going to pop it in there. I want to finish up with a bronzer. I do have a bronzer from MAC that I bought that I really want to try out. I'm gonna add that a little bit on the top and tap off the excess and add that here. And just a little bit on this side. It's time for some blush. This is what it looks like. And just add a pop of color right there. And I'm using the L'Oreal's Lash Paradise Mascara. I'm going to be using the same highlighter from Tom Ford and just going to pop it in there. I'm not looking for a blinding highlight. I just want to keep it easy, and I'm going to add a pop of color on my lips. I'm using the Huda Beauty Demi Matte Lipsticks. I just bought this yesterday. This is in the color Day Slayer. I absolutely love the way this entire look turned out. Let me know what you think, and if you like the idea of using this light coverage foundation sticks. I think this is absolutely a novel idea. Not the foundation sticks, but the fact that it is so light coverage and doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and you can absolutely glam it up as you want to, and you can use the deeper shades for contouring. Unfortunately, they don't come in a lot of ranges, and I really hope that they are going to expand the color range, because there isn't a color for everyone right now. See you in my next video. Bye.